window.
And you go, duh.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you feel like that, you can't even be here.
I know, I can't focus on anything. It's just
You
ridiculous.
need to move and get you something.
Well, I've been watching TV. Yeah, I've run out of my murder mysteries. I can never find another one. But I'm
Did you watch Brooklyn?
That sounds familiar.
I think it was it's Irish.
I think I did. Is it a movie?
Well, I guess it is. I started it.
I think I did see that. It was good. Oh, okay. I didn't know there was another one.
Well, it's coming up on my phone. I don't even know
Oh,
what it
okay.
is I'm watching.
Sometimes they start doing that, but it's
Maybe. That's a really good story.
kept saying it's gonna. I know. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Mary. Welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah,
Doing a special welcome back. The bells of heaven.
the bells are ringing. I am glad to be here. It was a good couple weeks of not feeling so good, and what I did figure out I'm on the other side of it. I still lack some energy, but I'm thinking, my gosh, be grateful for feeling good, for feeling healthy. Just how grateful we should feel for that every day. Yeah. Welcome everybody, and welcome those who are watching online. It's good to have you with us on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. We're going to stand together and sing our opening song. It's on the front of your songbook, so please join me. Please stand. Please stand.
All right, the magic keyboard is back for another round. We're children of love, Father, Mother, Spirit, Source. Let's sing it from the heart. Father, Mother, God, your kingdom come, your holy will be wholly done. Spirit, source of love, your children sing, flow through us now in everything. Every day, Our prayer is this, everywhere, let love be there, and so it is. Back to the top. Father, Mother, God, your kingdom come, your holy will be wholly done. Spirit, source of love, your children sing, flow through us now, in everything to the end. Father, Mother, God, your children pray, be love in us, in every way.
Please be seated. Let's begin to think about relaxing and turning within. I invite you to close your eyes. Leave all the busyness and the doing of the day outside the door as we bring our full selves into this room, body, mind, and spirit. Let's do our 3 deep fellowship breaths with an audible ah on the out breath, just releasing any tension that might be lingering there. Let's breathe in. Breathe in. Breathe in. As we bring our busy minds back into our bodies, into this present moment, turning away from all fears and doubt and uncertainty, inward to the ever-present living spirit of divine love. Our physical bodies are formed of this spirit, of this spiritual substance, divinely conceived and perfectly created. We are eternally one with divine love, God, our source. And to know this is to know that all wisdom, creative intelligence, and power in the universe is right where we are, is who we are. We do not beseech this power into existence or search for it. We open to the awareness of it. We are the consciousness of divine love, the expression of good through us as us, guided, informed, and immersed in peace, harmony, and love. We affirm that all is well, and together we say, and so it is. Thank you. And now we have some very special music from our Corey Williams. Please give him a warm welcome.
Thank you. Our dear Reverend Barb Kinsey is going to treat us today to a talk about one of my very favorite subjects, synchronicity, meaningful coincidence, quantum interconnectedness, non-local consciousness, spiritual serendipity, meeting by divine appointment, we might say here. And I was telling Barb how funny and fascinating it was to see how many times the word synchronicity popped up while I was playing with the music for this week. Anyway, here's a song about synchronicity called Synchronicity from the album Synchronicity by The Police. Synchronicity 1 is actually the title. With one breath, with one flow, you will know synchronicity. With one breath, with one flow, you will know synchronicity. A sleep trance, a dream dance, a shared romance, synchronicity. A connecting principle, linked to the invisible, almost imperceptible, although inexpressible. If we share this nightmare, we can dream spiritus mundi. When we act as we think, the missing link is synchronicity. A connecting principle, linked to the invisible, almost imperceptible, also inexpressible. Science is susceptible, logically flexible, causally connectable. Nothing is invincible. We know you, they know me, extrasensory synchronicity. A star far, a phone call, it joins our synchronicity. A connecting principle, until the invisible, almost imperceptible, also inexpressible. Science insusceptible, logically flexible, causally connectable. Nothing is invincible. It's so deep, it's so wide. We're all inside this synchronicity. With one breath, with one flow, you will know synchronicity, 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 synchronicity. You will know. Thank you.
Thank you, Claire. Just a reminder, too, that in your packet there's a connection card that you can use for a prayer request. You can just write whatever name, condition, situation that you would like us to pray for. That also goes to our prayer list, team members. So when John comes around with the basket later, you can just put that right in the basket. And we're going to sing a song together again. So I ask you to please stand. And then a reminder to stay standing so that we can greet each other after the song. This song is, I think, very timely. Please turn to page 45. Just reminds us that we are just woven together in one energy, regardless of who we are, what we believe. So please stand and we'll sing Weave.
Weave us together, weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together, weave us together, together in love. We are many textures, we are many colors, each one different from the other. But we are entwined with one another in one great tapestry. Weave us together, weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together, weave us together, together in love. We are different instruments playing our melodies, each one tuning to a different key. But we are all playing in harmony, in one great symphony. Weave us together, weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together, weave us together, together in love. A moment ago, still we did not know our unity, only diversity. Now the Christ in me greets the Christ in thee, in one great family. Weave us together, weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together, weave us together, together in love.
Thank you. Please take a few moments to greet each other. Namastes, hugs, handshakes.
Hey, kiddo, how's the leg going?
Better.
Is it healing?
Yeah, every week it's a little better. How are you? You still running?
Yeah, I'm about as fast as a lawnmower.
That's what speed isn't important, right?
Yeah,
It's
just
all-
get out there and do it.
I've seen you in this year.
I guess it's fairly bad.
Well, I was gaslighted. She's a narcissist. It's not pretty.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm going to do a workshop on that. So.
Okay.
I know you're too busy to help me, but
Hey, my second song is a song that I wrote for your talk on non-linearity. So I'm glad you're here. How are you?
so yeah, hasn't been fun.
It's hard.
Yeah. So
Was that recent? That was recently, or was that?
sorry.
Was that recently?
Well, the end of it was about 3 weeks ago. But really, it was at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
We tried to make it work, and she didn't want to, so it is what it is.
That's hard, especially after it's been a while.
8.5 years. I was telling Sue, I said, every morning, every afternoon, every night, we talked every single day. And so now it's 0. So I have to let that go.
Takes
Thanks, good to see you.
No, on Friday night.
I wish it was some. Oh my gosh. You had heard of it? I said, what is over your lover? Because of Netflix. Yeah, right.
It's just if you want to follow me in the car, I know it's in the bag, but sure,
It's just right there.
with the stuff.
Okay. All right. I usually do things. Yeah. Yeah. It's just so. Okay, good. I was just saying, as long as like, I hope you don't hate it. But, okay. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay.
Well, I am very excited to introduce our speaker this afternoon. Long time fellowshipian, and I know her to be a very wise and inspirational human spirit being. So let's please give her a warm welcome. Barbara Kinsey, Reverend Barbara Kinsey.
Thank you, Corey, for all those words about synchronicity. How synchronicity of you. It was a great beginning to my talk. You know, they announced me as Reverend, and I never intended to become a Reverend. I was taking classes just to fill up the hole that I was dealing with inside of me, not feeling complete. And eventually they said, well, you know, you've taken enough classes. If you want to get ordained, we can do that. And so I did do that. And it's been a real blessing because I've been able to do about 100 different weddings. And it's really been wonderful. And one of those couples that's sitting here today, my very first wedding I ever did, Bill and Sue Mall. Yeah. So, thank you for coming today. So, synchronicities. It's a term that was coined by Carl Jung. Coincidental occurrences of events, the sum of related, meaningful connectedness. And I think it happens more in our lives than what we realize. So So I look at this from a spiritual point of view, with synchronicity being a tangible form of divine guidance. I think Corey being with us today is a part of synchronicity that happened. So we may want to look back on our lives and see where that may have occurred in our lives, that we really weren't intending for anything to happen, but on the other side of it is when you look back and say, oh wow, this is synchronistic. So I'm going to share with you, when I met Sue, a mutual friend of ours had suggested that she call me, being that I am a massage therapist, to work on her ankle that she had sprained playing softball. So I went to Sue's apartment. We had a number of sessions together. I got to know her. I invited her to come to church with me because she was rather new in the community, and she was also going to law school at that time. And she did come to church with me, and I found out that she was looking for a partner. And during our time together at church, Sue locked onto the gentleman that was to become her husband, Bill Maw. Handsome guy, great blue eyes. It was no wonder that she was interested in him. They started dating. They went caving together as some of their first dates, or what do you call it, splunking? Spunking? Yes, yeah. And then, if I remember this correctly, at some point they went out west and they were on a mountaintop and Bill proposed. And then I was really grateful when they invited me to be their officiant in their wedding. So that's my Sue story. Another story that was synchronistic, and I had no idea because I had no intentions in this, but I had received an email from a friend who was a county trustee. She said, you might be interested in this meeting that's happening at the courthouse. So it was February, I do remember that, and because it was storming outside, I went anyway, not knowing what the meeting was about. And as I'm sitting there, in file all these young women, around 100 or so of them. And I'm still thinking to myself, I wonder why I'm here. And then someone got up to speak, and they started talking about the teachings of Byron Katie. And I went, oh, that's interesting. Must be I'm supposed to tell them about the oneness blessing, because the oneness blessing had been just come to our community at that time, and I had become a oneness blessing giver. So after the meeting, I went up and introduced myself and found out that we had a lot in common, and met with this person several times after that, and found out that this person had been studying and reading all the same things that we were doing here at Fellowship over the years. So I invited her to come to Fellowship, which she did. Then she found out that there was a ministerial program happening, which I invited her to take a look at, which she did. And she went through the program and finished, and then went on to become the spiritual director. And I will introduce her as Reverend Mary Sabai. So all of those events that transpired to get us to that point, you know, you just follow the dots. You have no idea where it's leading you. And, you know, that thought that it's leading you somewhere isn't even there. Another significant event that happened that was synchronistic. I was on my way to work, and I was working out in Northville, home office at that time. And on the way, the car I had borrowed, because mine was in the shop, I just had the thought, I shouldn't be driving this car that far. So I'm near Williamston at that point, where I knew that I could call a friend of mine there who had an extra car. which I did. We agreed to meet at a medical office out by the highway. And when we both got there and were chatting, an old friend of mine, because I raised my children in Williamston, an old friend of mine from Williamston came busting through the doors and went blowing past us back into the exam rooms. And I immediately thought there must be something wrong with her partner, John. His name was John. And a few minutes later, sure enough, she came out and she stopped and chatted with us, and she said, I need somebody to go to the hospital with me. And I said, I'll go. Got in the car with her, came back to Lansing, went to the hospital. They'd gotten John there in an ambulance by this time. And about an hour later, they came out and said he didn't make it. He passed away. I went in to take charge mode, and I started making calls to her family to get her family up there to be with her. We got a priest there. John was Catholic, and Sue wanted a priest there for him. And it just came together, all of these beautiful, supportive things that Sue needed at that time. When things were finally over, I said to Sue, you go with your brother, who had come up from Kalamazoo, and I said, I will take John's car and I will follow you home and leave it there. And she said, you just take that car, keep it for as long as you need it, knowing that I was having car problems, and let me know when you're done. So here I had reconnected with a friend that I hadn't seen in about 13 years, to be there for her and to help her. And of course, none of that I could have put together on my own. So I just followed whatever the next step was. Well, what are those next steps, you know? I see them as little light particles that our eyes can't perceive, but the energetic particles of the divine coming together. And you maybe not getting a thought about it even, but just maybe intending to act on whatever that is. The other story that I want to share with you, I was in the early 80s, late 80s, I was looking for a partner, and I answered an ad. And, the gentleman said, please call me at this number because I like to get a feel for the vibration of our conversation. Well, I was really into metaphysics at that time, so I liked his language, and it prompted me to call him, which I did. As soon as I could get to a phone. And I'm listening to him talk, and I hear this accent. And I said, where are you from? He said, I'm from Belize. And I said, really? I've been to Belize. And he asked me why I was there. And I said, well, I was teaching massage for a couple of weeks through a program that Michigan was involved in. Michigan was partners with this particular country. And he said, well, where were you? And I said, I was in Dangriga. He said, that's where I'm from. And he said, where did you stay? And I said, well, I stayed with a woman who hosted me, and I gave him her first name, and he gave me her last name. And then he asked me a couple of other names if I knew them. And I did. I had met them while I was there. And I did not, just to interject here, he had just recently converted to Islam, so he'd taken on an Islamic name, which was Salih. So I never got his Belizean name to continue our friendship. But our conversations lasted for a couple of years until I had to deal with cancer, and I just didn't have time or energy for that. And of course, not knowing his Belizean name, I couldn't contact him, even through the friends I had made in Belize. So you just never know when all of those points are going to come together. So as you go home today and maybe in the days to come, think about, where has that happened in my life? Because it's available to everybody. It's the divine energies. And I'll be interested to hear your stories about the synchronicities happening in your life. So a lot of times these occurrences carry a sense of purpose. So I think meeting Mary certainly was that. It was several months before you even came to the fellowship, I think. She had a very busy schedule at that time. She was already working 2 jobs and then helping with this program for young women. So what a wonderful representation that she was to bring to those young ladies sitting in the audience, learning life skills and how to deal better with their day-to-day lives. So sometimes it just feels like a little nudge that maybe I should take a look at this. So pay attention to those thoughts when you have them. And the interesting thing also, as I reflected on this, is you don't know you're in it while you're in it. It's when you're on the other end of it that you can look back and say, oh, look at what just happened. Most of them defy logical explanations. I know mine certainly have. I know when I met Sue, it was clear that the initial purpose was to help her with her sprained ankle. And I had no idea, of course, that, and Sue was very shy at the time. I think she would agree with me when I share that. But she did have a clear intention of meeting someone, which I really admired in her. And as most of you know who know this couple, they're one of the happiest couples I've ever met, and perfect for each other. Again, I think all of these synchronicities are organized by a higher energy. So I really believe that had I not been ordained already, that I might have missed some of this. But I had, my synchronicity in this part too was I had intended to educate myself in the spiritual teachings and really dove into it heavily and became a Coptic minister. I took a lot of classes, never intending to do that, but eventually did that. And I think it's because I had that foundation. So I encourage all of you to stay in the love part of life and not to get caught up in the part where that are in the negatives that don't really serve you. Because when we're in the love phase of life, possibilities are endless, just endless. So staying on the right path, which is right with a capital R, be open to feeling guided. Think about your daily synchronicities that happen. Many of us have synchronicities that are just as simple as repetitive numbers, like 1111, or I see my ex-husband's birthday a lot, and that tells me that he's with me on the other side. He's on the other side, and I appreciate that. Pay attention to your dreams. Where in your dreams have you had something happen that might seem synchronicity to you? Pay attention to the chance encounters. My going to that meeting where I ended up meeting Mary was certainly a chance encounter. There wasn't anybody else out of the 150 people, 125 people that were there that I got to know. It was Mary, and it was her devotion to educating herself in a spiritual sense by reading the Byron Katie materials that drew me to her. So that also speaks to who are you being in your daily life that can match up with people in your life in a synchronistic way. So also be curious. Be curious. Like, it was curiosity that led me to that meeting, because I didn't get any more information about it other than it was going to happen. Trust your intuition. I do think that this is a part of intuitiveness, and we all have it. How much do we allow it to play a part in our daily lives? Look at the patterns that you've allowed yourself to develop in your life. How are they playing a part? Part of the pattern for me is I come to the fellowship every week. And that keeps me ingrained not only in the teachings that we have here, but also in the patterns that have developed with the people here, which I really appreciate. Practice mindfulness. So again, staying in that part of your mind that is the love, the endless possibilities that are always there for all of us. Choose it. And as you choose it more and more, it becomes more of a daily happening for you without realizing it. Set your intentions to have these things happen for you so that your life can be bigger and fuller and greater than it already is. If you feel led to, keep a journal about the happenings. I am not one to do that, but I know a lot of people that are, and it's very significant to them when they journal about their daily lives. And stay grateful. Grateful that we have the opportunity to be a part of all of this. And it's all available to us all of the time. It's like with God. God is all the time, everywhere, in everything. So we never have to worry or think about, am I there? Am I doing the right thing? Is God with me today? Because it's a constant. So knowing that, synchronicities are a part of that. I like to think of it as this little ball of glittering lights, glittering whatever energy that's with us, maybe even surrounding us. Maybe we can even step into it and just be with it, but it's always there for all of us. Be ready for a greater connection and a greater purpose in your life. So all of the stories that I shared with you have certainly been greater connections and purposes. I think it's interesting that I can remember all of these as if they just happened, all the details. But yet I can't remember what I did last week. You know? So that, to me, that's like there's an energy around them that is just with you. It becomes a part of you. And you can always deepen your relationships with this. Again, by focusing and by allowing, by inviting it, being available to it. That is the flow of the universe that contains all possibilities. And again, it's available to each and every one of us. So I wish you all great synchronicities in your lives, and thank you.
Thank you, Barb.
That's hard on the knee.
night, each of us had something come to mind that you have experienced in your life that was really one of those synchronistic moments that was, they almost feel like miracles when they happen, and it's true. I mean, Corey said he just had that in his consciousness, synchronicities and all that flowed to him. It's really amazing how that works in our lives. So now is the time in our service when I invite us all to just take a moment to really fill our hearts with gratitude. Gratitude and appreciation for all of the gifts in our lives, all of the blessings. The blessing of each other here on Sunday afternoons, the many, many gifts of our fellowship family, our fellowship community. And it's because of all the generous donations that you all contribute to the fellowship that have brought us to our 42nd anniversary month. And October 1st, moving into our 43rd year. So grateful for all of you. John's going to come around with the basket. Remember to put your prayer cards in if you have one, as well as your donation. And Corey will lead us in I Am Grateful.
Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful. Grateful, I am grateful.
Now if you bring out your bulletins and read with me the blessing of our tithes and offerings, you'll find it in the middle on the front of your bulletin. The light of divine love shines eternally, blessing and multiplying our tithes and offerings. I joyously give, knowing I always have enough to share and to spare. Thank you. And let's go within one more time. Find our way to our heart space. And let's extend all of our loving energy to those mentioned in the basket today. All those people and conditions and situations, people we hold close in our hearts, conditions and situations that might be weighing heavily on our hearts. But in this moment, let us see them through God's eyes. Perfect and whole, healthy and complete, finding their way to wisdom and creativity and all that they need in their lives to be vital and flourish. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you so much. Some more special music, Corey. Thank you.
Well, this is a song that came to me for a talk that Kai Sorensen gave on nonlinearity a few years ago. It's all a play of dreams, infinite synchronicity, in which all is done in the one I am, as I believe. So many laws and limitations, so many don'ts and can'ts and lowered expectations, so many rituals and roles that must be played, duties done behind disguises, guilty and afraid. So many rules and regulations, so many shoulds and oughts and endless obligations. So many things I think I have to say and do. This stress clock of necessity that never once rings true. Oh, I step back from all this scenery, from this stagecraft, this expected spectacle. I let go now of the linear, and I relax as I release, as I remember. So many solutions and suggestions, invented answers to my manufactured questions, a million magic formulas to make my dreams come true, make all my nightmares go away when they're all just made up too. Oh, I fall back from all this foolery, this hopeless cause and special effecting carnival. I let go now of the linear, and I relax as I release, as I remember. It's all a play of dreams, infinite possibility. When I am what I want to see, my whole world changes miraculously, and I perceive all is done in the one I am, as I believe. I let go now of the linear. I am imagination. I let go now of the linear, and all is done as I believe. I let go now of the linear. I am my world's creator. I let go now of the linear. I relax as I release, as I remember. It's all a play of dreams, infinite synchronicity. When I let go and I'm flowing free, my whole life changes spontaneously. Oh, it's all a play of dreams, infinite possibility. And now I am what I love to be, my whole world reflecting the blessing so freely I receive. And all is done in the one I am. All is done in the one I am. Yeah, it's all done in the one I am. As I believe. Oh, I believe. As I believe. Thank you.
The words to that song reminded me that, again on the synchronicity topic, that day that Barb showed up at that meeting and followed through, acted on her nudge, her curiosity, changed my entire life. Changed the whole trajectory of my life.
She doesn't have to work 2 jobs.
I never in a million years would have thought I would be doing this. And it was because she came up to me, introduced herself, and said, you know, I recognize the Byron Katie work. It's interesting to me, would I have done that? You know, how many of us would be willing to just take that extra step? Good, Nancy, to ask questions, to introduce ourselves, to be curious about another person that we don't know, for example. I'm forever grateful that Barb is who she is and she followed her intuition. So it really gives us a lot to think about as we go into our week. So thank you, Barb, again for that wonderful talk. And thank you, Corey, for your always wonderful music. Thank you so much. And thank you, all of you, for being here today and sharing in this time together with us. You're all the best, and all those who are watching as well. I have a few announcements. So today after service at 6:30, we have our Sing Out for Peace sing-along. So we'll have a lot of people coming in to join in with that event at 6:30. If you'd like to come back or stay for that, I think some people might be going to get some food and then coming back when it's closer to 6:30. So think about doing that. It's a beautiful, beautiful event. Yes?
Yeah, it's part of Peace Quest. It's a month-long celebration of the United Nations group here in the Lansing area. And we're kicking it off, actually.
And I believe today is International Peace Day as well. So.
And we'll be singing songs of peace, freedom, love, and you will know the songs.
Yeah.
And we have song hooks, and we're really, my ukulele groups, and Matt.
And Matt Blyton, yeah.
And we're just really excited about it.
It really was.
It'll last about 90 minutes with a 15-minute intermission.
And we have snacks.
And there's snacks.
Yeah, it was a really wonderful event last year. Lots of people enjoyed it, and I'm glad that it seems to be we're going to be making an annual event out of it. Also on Saturday the 27th at 2 p.m., Reverend Julie Ross is doing a sound healing session here in the building 2 p.m. Or if it's nice, if weather permits, we'll go outside, which I think that'll be a lot of fun. And then on Sunday, the 28th, the last Sunday of the month, we're celebrating our 42nd anniversary with a potluck and a brief membership meeting. So please plan on coming to celebrate with us our 42nd year. So now we will get into our peace circle, sing our peace song, and say our closing blessing. And please consider coming back for the event.
Let